Hello, in this video we are going to perform the structural modeling of this steel event center, which you can see here on my screen. So currently this is done in 2025 ProtaStructure, and just to show you guys how to model this kind of structure on this software on any version at all that can run steel, I'll be using 2026 to perform this with you, although you can use any version that has steel working with it to perform this. Okay, that is fine. So this is basically an event center, and then let's begin for the structural modeling you're seeing here on my screen. So in that now, I'm going to share my screen into two parts so that we can bring in 2026 on one side and the other on the other side. Okay, so right here on my left, which might be your right, this is the 2025, the one we want to start modeling, and here on my right hand side, which is your left, maybe your left, this is the 2026 and this 2025. So in this case now, we want to model this on this particular phase here. So the same step I'm going to take here is the same step you are going to take, either you're using any version. As long as it has steel working, you can use any of the version. So on that note now, we then come back now, we come to our plan view. Okay, now on this plan view now, we are going to navigate that. Now I'm going to go back to my story 1. So the first thing we will do here is to offset these grid lines. You can see that the grid line 1, 2 up to 5 are what 30 meters apart based on this project, right? 30 meters apart. So on that note now, I'll come back to here, click on my modeling here, and then click on this place. Meanwhile, the code we are using for this design is Euro code. So although you can use any of your code. So come here and type 1, and then we come here and then just draw a specific one without hold your control key to keep the line straight, and then come like this and then click it. That's fine. So once you've done one of them now, we have just established this our grid line 1, which you can see here. We then offset 3 meters, which is into how many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Okay, that's fine. Come here, offset, and then type your function F2 key, and then type 3 meters, 1, 2, 3, and then press enter, and just be clicking forward. This is 2, this is grid line 4, this is grid line 5, correct? So in that course now, we have done that now. We're done for this. We then come and establish this grid line A, which is here again. Come here, click on this, right click here, and then draw another horizontal one. Hold your control key to keep the line straight, and then establish this here. Now once you have done this grid line A now, escape again. What is the distance between the grid line A up to grid line D? Let's see that. So we have grid line A 6 meters, 6 meters, 6 meters. Okay, that's fine. So we'll come now, right click here, offset this grid line A, function F2 key, then type 6 meters, 1, 2, 3, and then press enter key, and again enter key again, and again enter key again. That's fine. So this is up to grid line D, which we have here, particularly here. That's fine. So now that we have established this, now let's now do what? Establish our concrete pedestal column. Although in this particular model here, you don't see pedestal, but in this new one that I'm showing you now, because I will have to insert a pedestal that will carry this steel. Okay, because this is a steel member. Can you see that? So in that course now, we are going to establish a pedestal. And what is the size of this T stanchion? Because this has already been designed for. This is 150 by 150 section. Okay. So we come here, hollow section. Then we'll come now and then take our pedestal, put on 0. Then come here and type in our values. We will type, since it's 150, we are going to use a base plate of a pedestal of 250, and then 250. Okay, that is fine. And then we then come now, click on this now to establish this here. Now once we establish this now, since we know that it is going to be on all the lines where they meet here, so I'll come now, highlight like this, and then keep this here. Again, come again here, highlight here, and then insert this here. Okay, so let us see where we have those columns. We have a column here. Now let us see the 3D model. We have only 2 columns. Yes, this front, this one, and then this side. So we have established that now. But if we then click on escape now, then we then come and insert story, because we have only one floor here. So this story 1 is going to have only the concrete member. We then come now and build it out here, and then insert our story from here. I will just shift this like this now, and then see my finishing point here, story, come here and click on here, and then click on insert story, and I'll say insert story 2. Okay, I'll leave the depth as the height of the story as they are first. I won't say generate story, just say insert story. So only the grid lines will come, but not the columns, because we don't have the columns on that level. Okay, that is fine. So you can see the next story now, story 2. We then come here now and then change our height here, edit story, to now change the story height. So we are going to edit the story now. For story 1, we are going to put in 600. I want to use 600 there because that is the pedestal height. Then on the story 2, we use there 2.8. If you can put your eyes here, 2.8. So we've come here and type 800 for story 2, and then most importantly, this is very, very important. For story 1, we have only pedestal, so it is an RC section or concrete structure. For story 2, it is all about steel structure, no concrete there. So we come here and then choose. Make sure you choose this. If you're doing a steel design, most people ignore this. Make sure you choose that. You choose here, and then you then come now, click on this place here, and then type in the value. For DPC, I want the whole pedestal to be 900. So 600 below grade and 300 above grade. So I'll come and type 300 here. And I'll click on what? Enter here, OK. And then we just have that. If I go to my 3D model view now, come here, 3D physical model. Okay, you're going to see that right now. That will appear just now. Correct. This is now what we have. Can you see that? So we have this now. I can also go again and then change my this. Come here, edit here. I can choose to make here just to use a lower value as 100, and then just to ignore that from happening. Correct. I just want this. Okay, yes, correct. So on that note now, we then come back here, back to here. Now on this place now, we are now on the story 2. I will have to move this backward again. Let me do this something like this. Something like this. Come here and keep. So now that we are back here now, let's now confirm the story height of this particular one that we used here. So we'll come here, edit story, and then confirm the exact story height that we use for this particular model, which is 2.8. Yeah, so you can see that here, 2.8. So 2.8 is the story height, so that is confirmed. We then click on escape, and then that's also what we used here too, is 2.8 when we are doing that. Okay, that's fine. So in that note, now let's now insert this T column. What is this T column member? I'll click on this column right now and then open it up by double clicking on it. And then that will show us the T section that we used. Okay, so you can see this T section here. You can see that we are using a hollow section. All right, a square hollow section of 150 by 150. Okay, that is what we are using for that. Okay, that's fine. So in that note now, we come now, click on this here, and then come back here now, and then we go to modeling tab here, and then we go to steel member here, and then we come here that says column, we click on column, and then we come here that says here, we click here, and then choose our member, which is here. Come here, choose Eurocode. In this case, I'm using Eurocode, and I'll choose turbo here, and I'll come here and choose 150 by 150, 150 by 150 by 5. I think by 6. I use by 6 there. So I'll come and do what, say select there, and I'll say okay, and I'll come and insert that here. I'll come like this now, and then insert this like this. Okay, keep here and just highlight there. It will insert there, and again here too, highlight like this and highlight to put that column automatically. If you check on our 3D model now, we can see what we have now. We already established the first one here, which you can see here. All these ones you see here. Correct. So now we then do what model for other ones here, which is for the steel beams. This one they're seeing here. To model for the steel beam, we make sure we are on the plan view again. Everything was modeled from that story 2, which you have here. But before then, let's confirm the exact thickness that we use for this. So I'll come back here now, right click here, properties of it. Yeah, so if you want to get that thickness right, just you can come back to here, click on plan view here, and then you see the exact thickness here. Can you see that? So we use 8. Can you see? Turbo 150 by 158. 8. So in that course now, we'll come back here, click on this, right click here, or click on the first one here on my tree, and then shift key the last one, then right click now, and then say properties, and that will change everything. Then we then come now, and then so since we have confirmed that the column is 8 thickness, right, 8 mm thickness, so we come back here and then want to change it to what, 8 mm thickness. So we come here, we click on one of these now, and then we change it here, come here, and then click on this, and then we come back to here now, and then choose 8 thickness, and then click on what select, and then say okay, and then say update. So you see that now just appear just now here, correct? So in that note now, we then come now, click on this, and then say match property of this particular one, say yes match, and again we are going to highlight all this now by doing something like this. Okay, then you come now, you click on this, you click on this, you click on this, you click on this. Now once I'm done clicking now, just click on what, enter, and then click and then click on enter, and everything will change to that value. Can you see that? It has changed now, correct? Everything has now changed to the exact section size, which you can see here. So the next now insert our beams. Okay, to now do our beams now, which is this beam that you are seeing here, this inclined first beam here, this one. So to do this now, that beam runs from this point to this point, and from grid line 5 to grid line 4. So to do that now, we are going to insert that beam, and then we are going to insert an eave section. There's an eave here, and this eave is 600. Let me see. Yeah, 600 left and right. Also here 600. So we are going to offset this before can I insert that, because that goes above. So we are going to do first, stretch this forward first, that because I believe that is going to meet up or clash with something else. So do this first, then click here, right click here, offset, then come here, function F2 key, type -600 and then press enter. Then double click on this now, and then that opens up. If you want to offset, make sure you type function F2 key before you now click on now type your value, then click here hidden, that's fine, and then come here. Then I will then come again, do the same thing here, click here, right click here, and then offset forward, function F2 key, and then 600 positive because it's going in that direction. Then double click on this one now, and then that opens up. Come here, hidden, hidden, hidden. I like to make it hidden because these are not major grid lines, so make it hidden. So in that case again now, we then come now. What is this of this beam? This is beam 150 by 100 by what 6? Okay, that's fine, section. So we come now. Now we then come now. Click on this, right click on here, and then say beam. This one here, see beam. Then we'll come now, and then we click on this here. Now before we install, make sure you pick this section. Okay, come here and then section tuber. Okay, 150 by 6. So we come now, scrolling like this. We say 150 by 100 by 6. Then say okay, and then say okay, and then insert this now from this eve from here all the way down to here. That is fine. And I'll say they're asking to split because there's a column. We say no, don't split, so that there will be one full one. Okay, so the beam stays above of this column. Okay, so let me show you now what we just did now. Then we'll come now and then click on this here. I can see what I've just done right now. Now this beam now we need to stay on top of the particular one here. Okay, that is fine. Now for this now to stay on top, to be on top, because if you look at how this one is here, this beam particularly is on top of the beam, which is, sorry, on the column, which you can see here, and not this way. So we come now, we click on this, right click here and say property of this, and then that opens up. We come here now and then click here that says align. We come here and say button center, and then we click on what? Okay, that, and that goes up like this. Can you see that? Then we then come now, now this beam here is inclined. Can you see how they are inclined? They're inclined like this. So we come now to put that inclined value at J end here. We come here, the value is 500 millimeter. So come type the value there and then say inclined. Now once you type inclined, now look at what will happen at the end of your beam, where the column and the beam meets. They're going to be like a gap, which we do not have that same gap here. We don't have a gap for that here. Can you see that? So how do you then close this gap up? Just come now, click on the column like this. Right click here and then say extend to members, which is here. Click on this extend to member, and then click on the member and it will extend. Can you see that? Correct, that is fine. So we'll do the same thing now for all, but before we do that, let's do for this other one now. Now that we have established one of these now, I'll come back now and make this bigger like this. Now that we have established this first one now, which is here, and it's okay, then we now do the same thing here. So we'll come now, click on this, and then we want to do what? Apply mirror. So to apply mirror, we need to locate the center of this, and the center of this whole partition here is this grid line 3, because they are equally spaced. So we come now, we click on this, right click here, and then we click on what? We click on mirror here, and then we come now and then click on the this, and then click again at the next point here, and I'll click on what? Okay, and that will be found on this other direction now here. So if you go to our 3D model now, you'll be able to see that here, correct? And then we come again now, also click on this one, right click here, and then say extend member, extend column member. To click on this, and then that would extend. So now that we have verified this now, the next thing to do is to do what? To now copy this. Now we are copying this now. What is it to these other columns here? What is the distance between here? This is 6 meters, right? 6 meters, 6 meters. So since they are equally spaced, and we have how many partition? 1, 2, 3, three columns that these beams we want to have it there. So we'll come now, click on this column, click on this, right click here, and then we'll click on what? Copy special. So this is how to copy. So how do you copy a column on top of this place? Using a simple trick. So to copy this beam now on top of these columns that you have here, if they are equally spaced or not equally spaced, you just put the dimension. You come now, you click on this, right click here, and then you click on what? On this particular one here that says copy spatial. Now on this copy spatial now, you with this direction that is going is y direction. Okay, so we'll come here and then say y direction. We want to copy at 6 meters, put the value there, and how many counts is it going? 1, 2, 3. You come here and put 3 counts, and then say okay, that will be found automatically there. Correct, that is fine. We then come now, we still do the same thing here, click on this, right click here, and then extend to member, extend to this. Okay, do same thing for all that column here. Again here, click here and extend to this. That is fine. So do the same thing for all. So the same procedure, you do the same thing for all of them by extending. Make sure they are extended onto the beam. Okay, click on this one, right click here, and then say extend to member. That is fine. To this, that's fine. So once you have achieved this now, the next step is not do what? Achieve the other one. So we are going to achieve this particular one here, which is this column that is carrying this other section, so that heap. Okay, we are going to achieve these columns here. Okay, all these ones, and also this one here. So to do that now, we are going to come here, back here, and then go back to our plan view here. And then we are going to insert column at this point and also at this point here. And the column size or section is 150 by, let me see here, you can see it here, put your hand here, and you can see 150 by 100, okay, by 6. So we come now, we click on steel section, click on column here, and before we can do this, something we'll do. Okay, let's just insert it first. So we'll come now and then choose our section here, 150 by 100 by 6. So we'll come now and then choose 150, sorry for that. We choose 150, correct, by 100 by 6. Then what? Okay here. Now this is going to rotate this other face to face the beam. Okay, because you can see how it is facing the beam here. Can you see that? So we're going to rotate this like this to face the beam, and then click on what? Okay. And then we want to do what? Come here and insert this here. But you can see that if I open this my 3D model here, you can see how this is facing very bad, and this is not what we want to achieve. We want to achieve this. Okay, so I'll come now, I'll click on this now and type in the values. Click on this one here, I'll type in this value that you're seeing here, click on here and then type in here I'll type 1500. Okay, because that's the height of from here to here, 1500. And then here at the bottom I'll type 3 meters, that's 300, and I'll click on enter first. Okay, so we have this now showing here. Okay, we have this now showing here. Now that I have this showing here, but this is, if you look at here, this is meant to flush with the beam. Yeah, meant to flush with this beam face, but you can see, as you can see here, but here is different. So we'll come now, click on this, right click here and say properties. What is the width of this column? It's 150 because it is facing another direction. So we'll come here now and then put in here minus 75, which is half of it, and then say update. Okay, so it is now flushing. Can you see that? Correct. It is now flushing with the beam. Correct. So at this point now, we have achieved this. So we then come now and then do similar thing for here. So we can do that by coming here, click on this now, right click here and then say mirror. We can work on the 3D model here, click on here and then click on here and then say okay, and that will be found here. Okay, that is fine. So you can see that. So once we've achieved this other one now, we then move on to place this particular same thing here or on this direction. So by doing that now, just maximize here again. Now click on this now and I'll click on this, right click here and I will say okay, you can do that. So come here and then click on this one, right click here. Now we cannot do copy spatial. Okay, we can't do copy spatial here because only beams that has the copy spatial option. So what we'll do now is to insert this column, okay, directly there. So we come back to our plan view here, then come like this now, click on this column, right click here and then say properties. Now on doing that now, we then come now and insert this one here, and again insert this one here, and again insert this one here. So do same thing for all other ones now. Okay, that is fine. So do same thing for here to insert here, and again insert this other one here, and again insert this other one here, taking this property for this other first one that we have mirrored here before. So most times if you do like that, if you check here, they will not align to what you have. So just verify if they are all flushing. Yes, they are all flushing, correct. So we have achieved this other one now. We then move on to the next phase now by coming here again to have this like this. Correct. So we have now achieved these other ones. Now let's now go and achieve this one. To achieve this one now, there is a little eve here that we have here, and this eve here is 300. But let us confirm that from the plan view here. So we have a distance of an eve here. Right click here and then say measure. Come on, make me measure from here to here. This is 300. Okay, that is fine. So come back here, plan view here, and again we come here, click on this now, and then offset 300 backward. Come here, function F2 key, and type the value minus 300, and then enter. Make sure it is on a hidden because this is not a major axis. Hidden, and then off these bobs. That is fine. Then close here, that's fine. Again, come here to click here, right click here, and then offset this here, and then come here 300 and off the bobs. Come here, offset that off the bobs by coming here, click on this to like this, that's fine, and then here, that's fine. Then okay, that is okay. So we then come now, we have established this now. We then come like this now. Now that beam is going to run from this point now onto this place here. Okay, that is fine. So we come now, it is still the same beam section. Okay, so come here, click on this, right click here, and then click here. Then start from this point here, So we click here from this point all the way down here. They will ask a question, just say no. Okay, most times they ask if it will split, say no. Now since you've done one now, close this one and then look at what you have done so far on 3D model. You can see where the beam is very below, but that's not how we have that our beam here. Okay, you can see how our beam is here. Okay, so we are going to modify this value right now to like suit in what we have, right? Okay, so to have this beam now to be at the top here and also inclined as this is being inclined here, I'll come now, click on this beam, right click here and say property of the beam, and then we then come here, then click on the here, and then type in the value here, 15, that's the value, and then here 2000, that's the value, and I'll click on what? This. Okay, that is fine. So you can see that right now. Now there is something I did now. This vertical now. Okay, hold on first. So we are not going to do what, and mirror this now to be on this one. So click here right now, right click here, and then say mirror. So on that mirror option now, we will click at this point where it is meet, and again here that's meet, and then say okay, that is fine. So we are going to have this here. Do the same thing here. Click on this now, and then modify that notation here. Here becomes now 2000, and here becomes 1. Let me see, where is the J? Okay, J, this is J, so J becomes 2000, is 2000, and then here is 1500, and again update the same values. Okay, we have that now, so we have this now meeting. So we have just established this first one here. Okay, that is fine. Now there's something I want to tell you guys. Now this one here, this beam, this column here, this smaller column here is a transfer member. So we are going to check all of them now by holding our control key and click on each of them to make it to be a transfer member, because it is only transferring load from that pitch down to this cantilever beam here. So I'm going to come here, right click here now, and then assign this now to a transfer member. So I'll come now, click on this place here, and click on this, and I'll say check this, and then okay, that's fine. Then click on it. Then once I've done that now, we then come and do what? Assign these ones as cantilever at J. Can you see that at J? So I'll click on this now, click here, and then click here, and again right click now, and then assign cantilever at J. Most times this option doesn't work for steel, so go back to your plan view and confirm if it is assigned as cantilever. It is not there. Can you see that? So what I'll do now, I'll then come now, click on this here now. Since these both ends are free, I'll come now, click on this, and I'll come now and then make sure I turn this on. Okay, cantilever here, and I'll click on what? Okay, at this end here, at the I, because I is free, but J is not free. So I'll come and do what? Turn this on here, and I'll say okay, that is fine. So we'll have that now as a cantilever here, and again do the same thing for these other ones here. Do the same thing for other beams. So I've done all these sides. I'll do the same thing now for this side too. Click here, right click here, properties. So it's to do the same thing by assigning cantilever at the I end, because I end is free. Why the J end? There's a connection there. We just make it to be free, because that short columns and that beam being welded together made that place to be a system and not a cantilever end. Okay, that is fine. So come here and then come here, and then assign these two here, and then update, and then come to the last one now, which is the J here. Click on this, right click here, and the properties of it, and then come here, and then you come here and the J. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. So we have assigned this now as cantilevers. Okay, that's okay. Same thing here too. This other one too, because this J is also free, which is this particular end here. This small J here is free. Right click here, and then do this now. Before we copy, you would have done this, and that would have been fine and very neat. Okay, no, sorry, not this end. Yes, this end now is yes, is cantilever. Then here too, right click here, property of this, and again here to cantilever. That's fine. And again come here and then say okay, that's fine. So we have to assign this now cantilever. Now correct that. That's fine. So we then come now and then copy this. We copy this now, click here. Now we are going to copy this now using what? Using copy special, because this is a beam. So come now, hold our control key, copy this, right click now, right click here. We are going 1 2 3 3 counts. So come here, special, and then it is also on y direction. So 6 meter, and then copy into 3 parts, and then say yes, that's fine. That goes now, correct. We have that. So we have established this other one now, which you can see here perfectly. Can you see that? And cantilever ends too are also with it. That's fine. Then move on to the next phase now, which is come here. We then move on to the next phase now, which is let me move this like this. Come here now, and then straight like this. That's fine. So we then come over here now. We have established this. Now the next thing that is left, let's now establish these other beams which we have here. This beam here, this beam. Okay, these other beams here. So we come now. There should be a beam that there's a going to flush at this phase here. Okay, so let us establish this one now. So to establish this beam now, we come back to our plan view here. Still on story 2. You can see that everything is on the story 2. So we come now, which is on this face here. And what is this beam section? This beam section is still same section, 150 by 100 by 6. Come again here, click here, sorry, not the column, click here, then beam, and make sure you are on that section, correct, by 6. Then come here now, click on this first one first. Insert the first one, which is from here to here. Now don't continue yet until you have made it to align, and then make sure you have what you have here. So coming here, and I can see what we have here. This is showing below, which is not nice. I'll click on this now, open property of it, meant to flush like this. Then come here, click on this here, and then choose here that says button center. correct, and then click on what, update. That goes up now, which we have here, correct, which we have here. So once you've done this now, I will then come now, maximize here, or I can still work there, then come here now, click on this one, mirror it now, from here, mirror all the way from our grid line tree, from this point of millimeter to this other point here. Okay, that's fine. If you can work on 3D, make sure you are doing that on your 2D, on your plan view. Okay, that is fine. But when you have mastered 2 and 3D, then that's okay. Then come again here to click on this one now, and then change it again to come here, and then come here and choose button again, button center, and again it will flush. That's fine. So once I've done these two now, I'll then hold my control key now, click here. I want to copy it now to Y direction again by also how many counts? 1, 2, because this is just 2 panels. 1 and 2, no more 3. Then come now, right click now, and then come here and then say copy special. Then also on the Y direction, 6 meters distance. Then come here and type 2 and then say okay, that will copy that's fine. So you now have, you can now see that what we have now had this one here. Now we come back again here and then draw this again like this. Now we also want to have this other one here too. So we have just established this one now, which is this one here. Now we need to also have, let's say that there is one here, which there is particularly here at this phase here. Okay, can you see that? Which is basically at the point of there's a point self where the if is, so we have one above here and one below here. Okay, that is fine. So let us go and model that particular beams. Okay, that is fine. So we are going to head back now to plan view here, and on the plan view now we will then make sure that these things are not cantilever. Come here, click here, open it, and we can do this one later by assigning the right end conditions. Okay, update. So make sure we don't have that those ones as cantilever. So after we can do those ones. So to now model this other one now, I'll click on my steam member again, and then beam here, and then here, and again click here. Here you have the if where the mid center, correct here, and then we then move all the way down here. Okay, so we have particularly 2 beams running here. So we'll have this now. Now on this now, we then come and then look at it what we have got. This is what we have got so far. It is not the same way that this one is here inside here. Can you see what you're doing now with this one here? So we come now, click on this here, and then property of it, and move that up by based on the section size here. You need to be button center, and then here we type the value 500. That's the section size 500. That's why the section elevation and that. Then update that we found here. Okay, that's fine. So we need pathway inside the beam and pathway onto the beam, so that this can carry the pole lines. Okay, that's fine. So we then come now again now and then mirror that stuff. Make sure it is not showing any. So take off this cantilever stuff here because it's not cantilever, and come on to that. Then come now, mirror this now from this grid line tree. Mirror here. Then from here and then go all the way down here and keep this here and say okay, that will be found on the other direction now, which you can see here. Correct. That is fine. So now we then click on this now, and then click on this again here, and then right click here, and that's going by Y direction into 2 parts. Come here, sorry, not that one, click here, and then say copy special, and then Y direction 6 meters 1 2 3, and again come here into 2 counts like this, then say okay, that's fine. So we have that now appearing there. These things are not cantilever, but I'll do that later, not now. Let me just do that now. Click here, and then click here, and then click here. Right click here and then say property of it, and click here, and then come here, click here, and then say no cantilever. That's fine. And again say okay, that will go off now. So that's why later we'll do that. So in that course now we are now going to establish this other one here. There is one at the top here, this other face here, which is to be at this face here. Okay, that is fine. So we come back again now, plan view here, click here, then come now again, click at this point here, the same size. Then we come now again, come here, but we are going to change now. This is top center, okay, but we'll change it to what, 1.5 because it's at a higher depth, and then 1.500, and then we then insert here again from here all the way down here. Then say close. Make sure you verify that if it is there. Now you can see what we have. We have got a very different stuff. Now let us verify now. Click on this, right click here, property of this, and then come here. We are now going to modify these values here. So basically these values that we have here, this 1.5 by 1.5 is actually the exact value. Now I believe the cost of this thing is, if I go back to my plan view here and you look at this, there's a little bit this something is happening here as if it's entering inside, and this one is at the top. And what causes this thing is modeling error, and that's why whenever I am doing my modeling, I must make sure I see axis intersection before I'll click. So I'll have to delete this one now. Now watch, I will have to come back here again now, and then make sure I insert the value. Like before I click, I must see that axis intersection. Now I can see that they will show me, you can see this is a member. I'll say no. I'll be holding my hand. This is no. I say not this one until I see axis, because that gives you the point. Okay. So when I see that, I'll then click. Okay. So again, hold on again. Let's see. So again, let's see. Once you see, you can see that it is about to show, but it's just going off. So once you see that, it means most times it's very hard to see, but that's the exact point. You can see now. Click now, and then that's the right point. Then move to this other side too. Make sure you see that too before you don't click. Okay. Come here again. Make sure you see that. Yes, don't click. Then you can see they are giving different points. Come again. Correct. Now click again. Correct. So now in that course, now if now go to our 3D model now back here, and then click on this right now, then property of it, and type that same values 1.5, because that's the right elevation for that 1.5 by 1.5 here, and then update. You will find it there. Can you see that? Correct. Can you see that now? Correct. So that's okay. So we come now and then mirror this on the other side by clicking on this now. Right click here and then say mirror, and then we mirror from this point. Make sure you are in that point as this point. Click here too and then say copy, and that will be found here. Then come again here and change the value again. Right click here, property of it, and type again the same value that we used 1.5, correct, by 1.5, and then enter that value, and that will find the correct. So once you've gotten these two now, we then click here now, click here, hold the two like this, and then use our copy special to copy to this other side. Right click here and then say copy special, still under y direction again, by what distance? In this case 6 meter distance, and then two count, because it is two panels, and then come and do what that. Okay, that's fine, which we have here now. So this is not aligning, so we come now, click here, double click here, type the value here, click here, and then here 1.5, and here 1.5, okay, and then click on then say update. That is fine, and then that is found there. Do the same thing now. You can say match property of this, match, click here, then match property, match this, say yes, match everything, and then click on this and then press enter key. And then most times that doesn't work. Okay, then come now and then click here, and then come here 1.500, and then again here 1.500, and then I'll come and do it update here, and then click. That's fine. So with this now we have just established these other ones. Now can I see that? Next now there's a central beam that's going to connect here that will make these ones to go out from to be a cantilever. Okay, so we have to do that here, which will be this particular one here, this beam here. Okay, that's correct. So let's now model this beam at this particular level here. Okay, go to our plan view now, and on the plan view now that beam is found at the center here. Okay, around the centers. That's fine. So go now and then click on our beam here, and then click on steep beam here, and this shows up now. So we come now and then we are going to insert this now from here all the way down to this. Make sure you see that point. Click here, and then escape, go to your 3D model and see what happened there. You can see it here. Then click on this now, right click here, property of this, and then you come here and then type the alignment 2000, and then in this case again 2000 here, and again come here, then say okay, that is fine, and then click here. So once you have got that now, you can see that we then use our copy special to activate this. Click on this now to have this on these two panels. Right click here, copy special, then come here, click on Y 6000, then two counts, and then that is found here. Correct, that's fine. So we have now gotten this. Correct, guys, done. We have gotten this now. Next thing now to now do is we are actually done basically. No, we are not done actually, because there's going to be a cantilever off from the faces. Okay, that is fine. So again, come here, keep this here. Again, we are meant to, so we have established that we are meant to have a cantilever. Can you see that? Beams from the face, which you have here, and this is, let us confirm that from the line. So this is what we want to achieve now. This other one here, come here, measure here, and then we click from center point to here. This is 600, correct? So 600 again, front and back, okay, and also at the back here too. So we have to come here too now and then offset the same thing. Now this takes this off front to be a cantilever. After we do that, then we come now and then offset this here by what? Let me keep this one here by 600 millimeter. Come here, offset 600, shape F2 key minus 600, and then enter key. Then make sure it is a hidden, because that is our value. So click here, and then make sure this is hidden because it's not relevant. Then close that up. Then we do the same thing now on the other side too. Here, click here, right click here, offset backward. That's upward now 600. Enter, and also make sure it is also hidden. Okay, that is fine. Hidden here, make sure it's hidden, but that's not relevant. It's just for modeling sake. Okay, that is fine. Then again, come now. We have cantilever being out here, and then out here. So we come now, we click on beam, the same values. We click on beam now, and then we come here, click this, and then click this here. It's trying to cross. You say no, hold on for a while, something's happening there, delete. Or let's make sure you see that at some point. Okay, make sure you see that. Most times if you don't see that and then that gives you issue, it will give us the same thing again. That's fine. Then we come now, we have one here, have one at this top here, click here, and then click here. That is fine. Again, click here, and again click here. That is fine, correct. And again we have one here. Basically, we would have just done one, then mirror instead of doing this. Okay, that's true. I don't have mirror, but let me just insert that final here. Correct. Then back to here now. You can see where the let's just get one. Let's just get this one and this. Then we're going to mirror. So we are going to change. Take off these two here and then delete. Then so yes, take it off. Now we are going to flush this up now by clicking here now, and then make sure it is at the top. Come here and say button center. Then come here and that is found there. Now this is meant to be a cantilever, so come here, assign J as cantilever, and then J, and then come here and accept that. So we're gonna have the class sign which you're seeing here, showing here. Correct, that's fine. Then we also do this to cantilever 2, assign cantilever. Here goes up by 500. Come here, 500. Come here, 500. Come here, button center, and accept. We found that here. Then come here to J cantilever. That is fine. We're gonna have that here. Let's see that. Correct, that's fine. Then this goes up by 2000. Let me see that. No, this one separate. So we're gonna join these two together right now, and then we'll come here and use the same principle of this beam here. The same principle of this beam. We're going to join this this to this here. Okay, that is fine. And escape, not a cantilever, then update, then come here, then come back here. Now we have this now. Can you see that? We have this, correct. That's fine. Then we're going to mirror that to this other side now by clicking this, right click, and mirror. So we're going to mirror from, I can mirror from here to, make sure I'm seeing that at some point. To here, that is fine, and then it's okay, and that will mirror to the other side now, which you have here. Correct, that is fine. So we want this. So we then move again now. So we also going to have at the top here too. Can you see that at the top here? So we're going to do this something here now. For us to have this now, this height is what this height. Let us confirm that. Let's just go here first. Keep this like this. That is fine. So we are going to have, let's move this first to this other side here, which has a relation of 2000 as we used last time. So we come here and then 2000 that we use for the other ones at that point. Again here 2002, and then do that. Let's see that. Correct, that is fine there. Also a cantilever because that's an edge, and that's cantilever J, and then that is fine. Update, and then that is okay, and you can see that. Correct, that's fine. Again now. This goes off on cantilever actually. These two goes off on cantilever. These two goes off. Click here because it did not have a support. Here, correct, that's fine. And then this place, no cantilever, correct. Come here, say yes, yes, then close here, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Then we then come now to now model this other one here. We can choose to copy spatial here, copy. This goes up by what diameter, by what length? Let's see this one. This goes up by 1.5. So we come here, click on this, right click here, copy spatial by what value is at Z, 1500, and copy only one spot. That is fine. Then we come now and modify that value. Let's see now if that value is the right one. Come here, right click here now, and then change it now to 0. So come here and then change to 0, 0, and then 0, and then click on this here. Let's see that, correct. Then this change to top center, click on this, correct, that's fine. Then you can see that. Then this also be cantilever, that's okay. Then mirror this now to, okay, we can leave mirror first and join this one with a beam by coming here now. Take this beam property that we have here. I click here, property of this beam, then insert it from here to here. That is fine. And again, escape or close, come here, maximize this to see that. Then 3D model view. Now you can see that didn't insert well because we didn't pick the right point. So we delete that and make sure you are inserting the right point. Click on this, we right click now, property of this beam, make sure you are seeing that certain point. I come like this now, I'll say this, I click here, and I come here and make sure I see that, not correct, no, correct, click here. Then let's go back and see what we have right now. Correct. So you can see that. So when you are clicking, make sure you obey those point of what insertion points. Okay, that is fine. So we have this now shown to us here. Then we then go now and then click on this. Click on this. Hold our control key to copy this. Then we then mirror that to have this on this direction here. By click here, mirror from here to all the way down here. That is fine. And then we'll have this say yes, obey that, copy that. Then we'll have that. Correct. This is fine. Can you see that? We don't have that now. Now on that note now, we can then mirror this now to the other back here. To mirror that now, we need to find the center of this particular panels, these panels here. So we'll have this 6 meters, 6 meters. So we are going to offset 3 meters from here upward, 3 meters here, 3 meters. That's the center of it. And now change this now to hidden because this is not a major axis. Come here first, center line, and then hidden. Then keep this here and then update. That is fine. Then we are going to select this now, this one. Can just do that on the 3D model actually. That is fine. So this is our point. This is our point where we are working with this particular point here. So I will click on this and this. That's fine. So again, I'll click on this now. Click here, and again click here, again click here, and again click here, here, and here. Correct. That's fine. I'll then come now, right click now, and I'll say mirror. Now copy mirror. So mirror this now from this point to, make sure you see that point of detection point to this point here. I'll say yes, and that will then mirror now, which you will see that on the other side. Can you see that now? We have mirrored this now. Correct. So we have mirrored this now, which you have here. I can then do what? Click on these beams now to remove the cantilevers on that face. It's not meant to be like that. Click here, and then come again here. Okay, just that face alone. Then come here, right click now, properties of it. Come here, no cantilever. Come here, no cantilever. Say yes, that's fine, and then say okay, that is fine. Then we then have this now having this. So we have successfully modeled that. The next thing now is now our Purlin. So if you now check that now, we then have that we have modeled this successfully. Everything has done been added. Okay, so we can then model our Purlins now. Our Purlin is now going to be modeled, and then let's do that now. So let us now go down to this place and then click on our Purlin here. Sorry, on our Purlin here. And then click on this Purlin here, and on that note now we then click on the first beam and the second beam here. Okay, allow it to now display the Purlin property dialog box. Now once this displays now, the first thing I do is to remove these sag rods and these profiles. So come here, take off the sag rod and then say none. You don't need that except this spacing are too wide. Then we then come now, click on this now. I want to change this section to a square section of 50 by 4. So I'll come now, click here, and then change this to a tuber, that's hollow section, and then come here and then choose 50 by 50 by 4. I want to use that, and then click on what? Okay, that, and then okay this again. Now we then change this now based on the 6 meter span. This I'll use 1.1 millimeter spacing, and I'll come now and click on here. Here now I want to change this now here to be 75 millimeter. Based on the span, how they will be arranged, and then this 200. I'll come and do what say okay here. So on that note now, we now have the first Purlin added here. I'll then come again here, click here, and then click here again to add that next one again, and then say okay. So the same thing, add all the Purlins on that from here. Make sure you're not clicking the wrong one to here. That is fine. Again, add this here. And again now, we then come now, click here, and then click here, and then I'll say okay here. That is fine. And again, come rotate now to that side. Here, and then that's fine. And again, and then this and this, that is fine. And the same settings for that Purlin works with this or that lower one here too. So I'll come again now, I click it like this. They come click here, and then that is fine. We have that. It also works for here. So do the same thing for here and for here and for here. Sorry for that. Escape again. Then come again here, click on this, and then this to this. The same settings are still there. Also okay. I hope that's settings. Let me see again. Here to here. Let me see. Yes, okay, that's fine. Then here again. And again, rotate the other side now, which is now the other face. This other face now. Click here, and here. And then we'll have that appearing here. That is fine. And again, here to this place is not where you can see that it's not organized. So I'll escape first. Make sure we don't have that on the other side. Let us verify this thing that's happening here now. Let's see. Do we have that? No, here's arrange record. That's fine. So you can see that. So make sure you don't have all this nonsense. Okay. So click here now. I click here, property of this, and that is alignment. We will come here and then choose center here. This is the right one, and then that will align. Okay, that's fine. So same thing here. Click on this now. Click on this now. I click here and then do this here, and then again come here and then come here, button here, and then come here. That's fine. Then we then come now and then come like this. Click on the Purlin again now. Purlin here, this one, then this to this. Accept that. Since things they are all okay. And again from here to here, we don't have the last one now. That is fine. So once I've added all these polylines now, we then move to the next phase, which is now adding the smaller ones here. Okay, which will have a different settings of polyline. Okay, that is fine. So for this other one now, we then come now, click on this place here again, polylines again. I'll click on this to this. And this appears, but I will be guess that it's not showing because the size is the spacing is much. Come here, I'll use 400 in this case for this design. Come here now, I'll remove this now to be 0. Again, I'll come now here, it will be 100 millimeter, and then come now say okay for this. Then I'll come now, and then although all these polylines, this one can be adjusted at side just to fit in. Then come again now, click on this, and then click on this to have that assigned there. And again, we have that, and again for these two here to here to have that aligned there. Okay, and then at the back side, we also do the same thing there. Okay, do the same thing there. Here too, for here to here, we have that, and again accept. And again from here to here, we have that, accept. And again from here to here, we have that, accept. And again from this is the last one now, last phase now, which is here to here. So we turn this now to see that very well. And then from here to here, we have that, accept. And then we have that one within this one here, from here to here, we have this accept. So once we've done this now, let's now do what? Put in our claddings. Our claddings, it means the next thing. So I will just escape now to like take off this property. Then we have not done this now. The next now is now our claddings. Okay, to put our cladding now, I'll come here now, click on this place here. Now I won't be teaching you guys loading. This is just for modeling. In my next video, we'll do for like loading of this steel. Okay, we have to apply wing load and also everything. So come now and make sure my cladding, then come now and then click on this particular place here. Now, note that we are meant to load our cladding, but that will be on our next video. So I'll click on this now and then do what? Accept this here, and do the same thing for every other polylines. Just while you are on steel cladding, just click on the polylines, and that will do what? Insert the roofing sheet for you. Okay, so do same thing now for all other ones here. So I'll do same thing here, click here, and then click here. And also for this for these small ones here too, do the same thing too. Click on the polyline itself, which is here, and then say accept, and that will have it there. And again here, and that will have it here too. And again, let's do this other one here, and that will also have it there. And again, you can see that, right? So we then move, we are almost ending, we are almost the end. Then we'll click on this other 1, 2 here, and then accept, and also the same thing here, and then accept. Okay, so the same principle I will apply now to add my polylines my cladding for the rest of the polylines here. So we are now going to insert the last cladding here for this polyline. So this is now so with this now, this has now come to the end of our modeling. So you can see how we have modeled this this particular. Let me draw this thing now back to here again. You can see how we have modeled this. You can see that from what we have here to what we have here exactly. So I believe while you're using your own version 2 to like try this up, you also achieve the same thing. If you follow the same step which I just used now, there is nothing different. Follow the same step, you are going to achieve this event center steel structure, which you can see here. So you can see here, but now you can see that the color here is different from this, which is actually you can pick any color you want. So if you want to have the same color, it's very simple. So come here right now and then click on this display here. Click on this one here, and then I like to change my color. Actually, I don't like these are custom colors. So again, I will then wait for that to display. So I'll then scroll down to the steel part, which is almost done, almost the last. So on this place now, I'll click on my steel columns. I want it to change to deep gray, which is this one. I want to use this. I'll say yes, accept that. Again, steel beams, which is steel members, which is here. I'll click here. I'll say change to this. That's fine. And then my claddings now come now. I want to cladding to change to this one here, to change to this, okay, or this. Then I'll say accept. That's fine, and I'll say okay, that's fine, and that will change now to what we have. Okay, that's okay. Can you see that now? This is now what we have achieved. Now my polylines to change to not cladding. Cladding means 61, but polylines was what I was want to change. So come back to the steel again, to the steel section area here. Come down here. Cladding remains 61, which is here, correct? Why polylines change to that value? This one, correct? This one here. correct, then say okay, that is fine. So you can see what we achieved now. We have achieved exactly what we have there. Okay, the only difference is that we added pedestal to this, where this other one now, this other one was already designed to, there was already a pedestal already at site, which we have confirmed. Okay, it will be able to carry the weight. So that why we did, like, we didn't model this again. But since I'm showing you guys this, I will just have to show you that there is meant to be a like a pedestal. Okay, that's fine. So you can see how we have now modeled this now that we have here. Okay, so I just turned off those grid lines now just to have a clearer view. So you can see how we have modeled this particular steel structure now perfectly onto this other side. So any version that you are using, you will still achieve the same principle, the same thing just as we have here. If you follow the same steps, you are going to achieve the same particular stuff. Okay, that is fine. Now see you on the next video, which is now where we are going to do the loading for this particular structure. Okay, that is fine, because for a steel structure, one thing that governs is the wind load. Wind load governs a lot when it comes to steel structure, because it is a lateral load and is a steel structure, and steel structures are quite exposed a lot to lateral load, since most of the steel structures, for example, portal frames, are always an open structure, which is being prone to wind effect a lot. So I'll be showing you how to apply that, and if there is going to be a side bracing and also wind bracing, we are going to know if there is need for a wind bracing or there is no need for a wind bracing or side bracing that will control the wind effect. Okay, that will keep the building at stability. That's fine. So see you on the next video. Bye for now. If this video finds you well, please consider subscribing, and if you're already an old subscriber, consider joining the Ekidel membership. That is fine.